Yo, what's good, everybody? Laker boy Ace here.
What up, everybody? It's your boy, Laker boy Waldo, and I finally caught this dude, bro. I got this fool back in the lab.
Hey,
this man's an MIA as hell, bro.
Hey, man, it's been a minute, but we're back at it. We're back to constant uploads. We're both on break.
So today's topic is a very interesting one. It's about our boy Paul George, PG-13. Should we trade for him now, with the trade deadline approaching? Or should we wait till free agency and try our luck there?
So me and Waleed have different perspectives on this certain topic, and you know, we about to get it. We about to get it. So I hope you guys stay tuned. See you after the intro.
Let's get it. All right. So with recent news coming from Woj, the Thunder have been exploring trade options for Paul George. You know, the team hasn't been meshing too well,
it's disappointing.
and they're kind of scared of losing another superstar. On top of that, we got news that Julius Randle has been, you know, we've known that as Lakers fans for a while. They've been exploring trades for him. And today we got another Woj bomb that the Lakers are trying to move Clarkson for some cap space, either now or in the offseason.
So tying 2 and 2 together, you can't help but to bring up the debate. Should we trade for Paul George right now, or should we wait to sign him in free agency? For a while, Paul George has been linked to LA. And the question to us as Lakers fans has been that, how are we going to acquire him? We've spent a lot of time off camera, even over the past couple of months, debating this, and we just felt it was so important to talk about that now. So let's start. So in my opinion, I believe that Paul George should be signed via free agency. Now the reason behind that is he has been hinting to come to LA for a while now. You go back to talk shows on The Tonight Show, you go back to interviews, you go to him tying his connections back to LA as a kid. And I get it, there's other superstars we talked about this similar with. Let's say DeMar DeRozan, he was from LA as well, and we thought he was gonna come back for these reasons. The reason I think this is different is because Paul George has hinted himself towards it. Although there is a possible reason to trade for Paul George, I feel it's in the Lakers' best interest to keep all the assets that they can.
Sami, my man. We have heard this before. Oh, this guy's tied to the Lakers. He's going to sign with us in free agency. He's dying to come here. He's an LA native. Blah, 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 blah. How many times have those rumors came into fruition? Zero, fam. Zero. I personally feel it is in our best interest to secure the bag. Secure the bag. Secure the guy. Paul George wants to be a Laker. Cool. But you don't know what's going to happen in free agency. Get him now, even if we have to give up some assets. I didn't say which assets yet, but if we have to give some assets, I think we should do it. It's not only going to get us a superstar now, it's going to give us leverage for free agency to say, hey, Paul George is the Laker, come through.
All right, bro, so I see where you're coming from. You know, everybody...
It
makes sense, but what I'm about to hit you with is, bro, what if Paul George doesn't want to stay and we just lost our assets? What are you going to do then? That's my argument. I feel as promised as it may seem with Paul George wanting to be with the Lakers. You never know. It's happened in the past with many superstars where they do want to go to a certain destination, they enter that destination, they do not like it, and they want to leave. On top of that, Paul George is, I believe, 27 going to 28. Don't mark me on that, but he's reaching that prime of his career and he wants to win a championship. And I feel this really depends on the type of guy Paul George is. If he wants to come in and be that superstar for the Lakers and be that next Mamba per se, bro, come in. But we don't know that. We don't know his intention. And that is why I feel like during free agency, you can sit down with Paul George and talk to him and pitch to him. And that's when you get to trade the assets.
All right.
That's when, no, I'm not done. I'm not done. That's when, bro, look, I'm not done. That's when you say to Paul George, for example, we have Jordan Clarkson, we can trade him for you. We have Zubats, we will trade him.
Zubats.
I get that. I was about to say Randall, but Randall isn't signed yet. But what I'm trying to say is you talk to Paul George then and see where he is at mentally.
All right, let me hit you with something now. You've been saying he's been leaning to be a Laker. He's been giving hints. The talk shows, the rumors, his camp, right? You said that yourself.
Oh man, out of my mouth.
I'll quote him on it.
Quote me on it, bro. Put the quote right here.
So, you're telling me if we trade for him now, he's gonna want to leave? Hold up. I'm not even done. If we trade for him now, we get his bird rights, fam. Bird rights. You know, we could give him the most money. And I'm just saying, if he really, as you've been saying, if he's really leaning towards being a Laker, I think he would want the most money. Because what would other team give them? I mean, Cleveland, we don't even know where LeBron's going, so they're not going to have a good free agency pitch. They can't even say where their guy is going to be. I don't see anyone else being a threat. Houston, I guess, but I mean, do they even have the money after Harden and Paul?
Houston's a great team.
But
Houston
do they have the money?
Team.
But
they do. They have
and
the
are they going to be pursuing George or LeBron? Because you can't do both at the same time.
I mean, the Lakers are going to try to pursue them too. Try to pursue
it's
both.
a different way, because if we trade for him, we're pursuing one, because you already have one on the bag. Also, another thing, if we get George now, we have his bird rights. He doesn't count on our cap. Okay, bird rights. I know there's a lot of different fringes that come into the bird rights, but for a Lakers perspective, what I'm arguing right now, if we trade for him, we're able to offer him the most money, and he also doesn't affect our salary cap. You know how important that is? That means that we still have spots for 2 max players if we get rid of Deng on top of George. Not only does that give us a direction, but it gives us a free agency pitch to any superstars, Boiii, LeBron, anybody. They know, all right, they have George right now. Come through, we could build a team together. We have spots right now, and we have a roster. You've been seeing Kuz, you've been seeing Kuzma, you've been seeing Lonzo. They've all been improving, and they're very contract-friendly players right now, right?
Contract-friendly?
So, I mean, I'm just saying, you have George, you sit George with LeBron. Hey, look, this could be our lineup. We could be the new small ball wave. Check it. Lonzo, George, Ingram, LeBron, Kuz. That's 5 people that will run the crap out of anybody in this league. That's why I feel that if we get George now, we have a direction. We're showing other free agents what direction we're trying to go in. Because if not, then it just looks like a rebuilding team. That's personally what I think.
And you know what? I'm going to give you a lot of credit. I thought that was a well-debated argument, but we're about to end this right now. And that's mainly because it all comes down to Paul George's inclination to be with the Lakers.
But you're saying he's inclined.
He is inclined, but you have to realize where Paul George is in his career. None of us know what he's feeling, none of us know what he's thinking. And there are other teams in this league currently that can give him a championship right now. We don't have that. Unless we pitch to him during free agency, where he has the option to see what the Lakers can do. If we trade for him during the season, we lose more assets to get him. Assets that we could have used to get other stars.
I'm just saying.
And but I'm not done. That's my argument right there. And so if you sit Paul George down and you tell him, man, we can trade these players for this. Talk to LeBron. Say, this is what we have in mind. You know, Paul George gave us his consent. You know, if he really wants to come, he'll give the Lakers his consent. LeBron can even hear about it. LeBron is in the inner circle of the league. You know this. Everybody knows this. They all talk. And so what my main point is, don't throw away the assets for somebody that could potentially come in free agency. And even if he says no to us in free agency and goes to a team that could win a championship right now, we will still have our assets to trade for maybe another superstar in the future.
Look, all I'm going to say is assets. Mitch has said it before. I know he's not a Laker anymore, but Mitch has said it before. Your assets, rest in peace, man.
Rest R.I.P., bro. That's cool.
No, look, but asset-wise, the reason why there's things called assets is so you can use them.
Exactly.
Right? So all I'm saying is if we get a nice trade by the deadline, Randall, Clarkson, maybe Nance, I would jump on that. Keep your guys. Keep Kuzma. Keep Ingram.
Yo, Kuz Control's gonna stay. But the main thing is, you trade the assets for somebody that is not on their last year. You trade it for somebody that maybe has 2 years left.
Okay, but who would take a trade for Clarkson or Randall at this point?
Well,
we're not getting much from them separately. Well, package them together. You could get George and maybe take a shot.
Well, you do this. Suppose you get Paul George in free agency, then you can package Clarkson and Randall for
Randall is a free agent.
Well, that's a good point. Randall is a free agent.
However,
we do have other players in the rotation that could be traded.
Yeah,
and so you package that with Clarkson, for example.
Why waste
but
Randall?
you get another good player to be in the starting lineup with Paul George.
Look, Randall for Noel or Randall Clarkson for George? Someone tell me that right now.
Randall Clarkson for George or Randall for Noel? I feel like that. Listen, first of all, Nerlens Noel is an idiot. I just want to roast Noel real quick, bro.
Okay.
Hold up. End the arc, bro. This guy could have got paid like 4 years max last summer, and this year he's doing so poorly, bro.
Yeah.
I don't even think he's about to get that paycheck. So RIP to Noel.
All right, but let me say
but
something.
yeah, get back into it, bro.
Look.
I just feel what you're thinking.
Look.
No, but let me get back into it real quick. I feel what you're thinking is let's trade for Paul George, let's get him, and then we can pitch to another superstar potentially. But what I'm trying to say is why do that? If we feel Paul George is so strongly to stay,
you can afford 2 more max players if you have George.
Exactly,
on the
but
roster.
you can trade some of the players right now. I mean in the summer. Granted, you can't trade Randall because you have to extend Randall.
That's going to be a waste.
So what I'm saying is don't put Randall towards Paul George right now. It makes no sense. We can get something else out of it.
Honestly,
that
personally,
I
feel
topic.
as dope as Randall was playing, I honestly feel he doesn't have much value in the league. That's going to be honest.
True.
If we're looking for Noel for Randall trades, he doesn't have much value. Look. If we have to give up an extra after that, we don't want to give up Nance, maybe. Right?
Well, you see, but the argument here is for Noel, it's okay, right? Noel isn't going to be promised to just come. My thing is for Paul George. I feel if we're going to trade Randall for Noel, let's do it. But for Paul George, our whole argument is he has been wanting to come.
Noel's expiring too, though.
Noel's expiring too. Okay. Wow. Okay. Bro, I'm just running my mouth. But what I'm trying to say is I would rather just keep these assets. If Julius Randle has to go, I mean, the main thing is you're not gonna trade Randall for Paul George immediately.
No, but I'm just
that's my debate.
You're the deadline.
You can finish. You can put
OKC is not gonna want to do another KD.
Exactly. They don't want. But the thing is, OKC,
Westbrook and Melo are stuck there.
Okay, yeah, but OKC has options, and I feel like if we don't, listen, we can't just give Randall. For Paul George.
Everyone in the league is taking notice right now.
Everybody is, but we need to think logistically. Also, the GM of the Thunder, he's a smart guy. He's a great, and he knows if you just take Randall for Paul George.
I'm not saying just Randall.
And I know you can put in Clarkson.
And maybe Nance.
Clarkson's value in this salary cap that we have in the league
right
now is very good.
Very good.
Larry Nance is very valuable.
Very good.
I'm saying keep Nance. And I'm not saying you love Nance too. But my main driving point right now is if he is so inclined to stay with us, if you trade for him, it only makes sense to sign him. And I get you, bird rights plays a big part. And I do agree with the bird rights factor. That is very important as well. However, I feel sign him in free agency, trade the players that we have right now afterwards, tell him what you're going to do. And if he really wants to be with us, he'll ride it out. And then you'll get another superstar. You don't trade for somebody that could potentially be there already.
All I'm going to say is, yes, you definitely do. Because you never know what happens in free agency. A pitch from another team.
Oh, it could change the world.
George can have.
He's still going to be pitched, even if we trade for him.
Yeah, but look, George could have been starstruck on LA till this day. He could be till the last game of the season. He could be like, I want to be a Laker. Yeah. The minute free agency starts,
everything changes.
Everything can change. But what leverage do we have when we're offering a 4-year deal just like everybody else? Right? Listen.
The leverage we have is what we've been debating this whole topic, is that he wants to come to LA.
The leverage
that is our leverage.
$20 million from Bird Rights 5 years.
Yes.
If George is like, that's tough, I don't know, because the Lakers are offering a 4-year deal, this team's offering a 4-year deal, but I have a better chance to win with them, then we don't have no leverage. We have no leverage, because they're like, okay, same money, blah, blah, blah. If we get a 5th year there, that is our leverage. He'll be like, shoot, that's a 5th year. That's another melodrama where you could be like, where someone can actually go in for the money. He's like, all right, I'm going to be here for 5 years. I'm going to get the most money here. I'm going to be here near my family. Also, another thing, near the trade deadline, I personally feel that the Thunder GM is not gonna want to do another KD.
Obviously, that was terrible.
And if the Thunder are under an 8th seed near the deadline, I personally think George is gone. You can't trade Melo anymore. He's not gonna.
He's old. He's expired.
And Westbrook,
goods.
You're just not gonna trade. That's your
guy.
Superstar.
But the main point I'm trying to say right now is I do agree with you. Bird rights is exponentially important. As we described earlier, I mean, players today want their money. That's the most, your career is not promised. Yeah. An injury could change your whole life.
Yeah.
So that makes the most sense to me. But what I'm thinking more sensibly is, yeah, we can give him bird rights and we have a better pitch to him in free agency. But at the end of the day, you know, you want to acquire Paul George with all your assets there. And if you do not get him, if you do not acquire Paul George, that's a huge failure, you know, in and of itself. But we still have our options and we still have, moves to work
Okay.
with. And that is my main argument in
Alright.
this debate. Anyways, if you guys agree with me, leave a comment down below.
If you guys agree with me,
And leave a comment down below and just
yeah.
tell us. You know, we'll come back to this.
Let us know.
Let's come back in a couple
Yeah, we'll
months
come back a
before
couple
trade
months.
deadline.
Trade deadline,
We'll,
yeah.
we'll see what's up.
trade deadline. We'll
Yeah.
see what's up. We'll see what freaking Palinka and
Yeah,
Magic are
Palinka,
thinking. We'll
bro,
see.
but-
other than that, man, thank you for watching.
Thank you.
I
Thank
know
you.
it's a different. Let us know if you guys like the debate format.
Yeah, man.
If
I,
not,
you
well,
know,
you know,
that's it, man.
that's it,
So,
man. But it's your boy, Waldo, signing out.
Laker boy Ace, peace.